Hey, Art.
What's up, guys?
What's
going on, bud?
happening?
What are you doing?
What do you think we're doing?
We just showed your creation to the public.
I see it now. I just tuned in here.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So far, I think Mike Degatano wants to know if this is his new helmet.
Well, it's a cross between his and Jack's, but Jack doesn't wear them anymore, so.
I thought he wore the leather jobber, doesn't he? Wear the leather bomber helmet?
Jack wears a leather bomber helmet. Oh, man.
That's funny.
So we were just talking about, Dave actually coincidentally has a 3D printer sitting here.
I do.
During the show, because we were talking about it and what he's doing with it and how you need him to make some restoration pieces for a Moto 5.
Yeah, you can't get the mouthpieces no more, and I'm restoring one for Brian Canoyer, and just can't seem to find any. And I got a lot of used parts laying around, but no helmet parts for that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you know what it's made out of, is it HPE? Is it PETG, PLA, ABS? Do you know what the material is?
I don't think it really matters because Brian's never going to wear it again. It's one helmet I did for him probably back in '92, I think, or maybe even earlier than that. And he just wants to restore it and throw it on a shelf.
All right, so we can make that happen. As long as I can get a mold from an old broken one somewhere and try to mock it up, or scan it, I can make one for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be no problem.
Cool. Excellent.
So, back to this one.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about it and about some of the inspiration, but I was going to say, what did you get inspired with on this helmet? I mean, some of the stuff, like we were talking how there's some stuff that Wardy might have had, and just basically around the 1990, 91, 92 era.
Well, Wardy, Larocco, and probably Kradowski always had their Cowie helmets done with the top with the 3D checks and stuff like that. And that was always sort of really cool because most of the Cowie guys did that. And then Stanton usually had that crazy sort of swag-looking number one on the side, which really isn't number one. It was just a couple of designs. And I mean, I think Lammy had it on a couple of helmets and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then, well, you look at the name and stuff, and back then, like Stanton's helmets and even Kradowski's and everybody's, they sort of did them, outline them, and then, like, Troy would take them, because Troy is definitely the godfather of Peyton.
Yep.
And, he would do these little crazy things where he'd, like, just do, like, a really, like, shaky pinstripe around the outside of the name and stuff like that. And just, like, a double shadow. And it looked really cool, really retro. And on the very front of the visor, everybody would always take these airbrushes, and you just sort of airbrush these streaks, and it sort of just looks like, like when water blows off or something, it just sort of like leaves those marks like on the hood of your car or something like that, and that's what it sort of looks like. And the other big thing was like, back in the days of like Bob's Crazy Brush and probably like Serrano and stuff, they always used like a lot of pink and blue to fades and stuff like that. And that was like one of those real big things when everything started coming out. So you just try to, throw a bunch of that stuff in there to make it look retro. But yet, I mean, they're neon colors, but yet then they're all going over with pearls and stuff like that. So it really gives them that iridescent look outside. So it looks really cool. Under the lights it looks good. In the sunlight, it looks even better.
That's cool.
So now, all right, take us through the process. Now, this helmet shows up at your shop, and it's obviously white from the factory. You got to tear it apart to some extent and sand everything down, right? So what are we looking at for time? What's the process?
Start to finish, from start to finish, like painting hours. In a helmet like that, painting hours now. I mean, not standing around drinking coffee and talking to Jim.
Which we could do for hours.
I know, he was almost late to the show tonight. Thanks.
There's probably 30 hours into something like that.
Wow, so that's a full week.
Of painting time. There's some things, I mean, a lot of times you put down a lot of base colors, and then you get away from it, you clear it and say, okay, now what do I got to do for details? You do a bunch more stuff and say, okay, let me throw a couple more coats of clear on that, wait a day or two and say, okay, and you got to sort of draw a point where you say, okay, I'm done. I can keep adding stuff to this thing all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, like the stripe across the back with like the green gold pearl,
Yep.
that was something I just said, we'll throw that in there. And then the little bottom where it was like the faded to orange, and it had little. Then I said, why don't I just pinstripe these things? And I took a real like off-shot green, which is really sort of funky looking, but looks cool, you know, and it just highlights stuff like that. And, you know, like I said, when you look at it on the show, you really can't see everything in it. There's so much into like the little things and stuff like that, and fades, and just little tiny like airbrushes and back shadows and stuff. So it is cool when it's all done and said, you know.
Yeah.
And what's cool is just sitting there, it looks like it's going 1,000 miles an hour, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if only I could go 1,000 miles an hour.
I mean, and you look at the white, and the white is actually just all blue glass. It's not flake or anything. It's actually glass that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, I stopped at my house before I came down here, and the second I got in, I showed it to Marie, and she's like, "You think there's still enough sun up?" And she took it right out on the deck and was looking at it outside in the light outside, and she's like, "Oh my God, that is awesome."
It is cool. It is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun. You know, it's a neat little project. Keeps it going, you know.
Yeah.
So Jim, when you scratch it, you gonna cry?
I definitely will cry when I scratch it, but I'm wearing it. I'm not. It's not.
That's part of the rule. Is that right, Art? You said you would take care of Jim and take care of me. We got to wear the helmets though. They can't be on the shelf, correct?
I think it was Dowdy. It might even be Keith too. As soon as I handed, and maybe even Trent. As soon as you handed him a new helmet, you just dropped it on the ground in front of him. Okay, I guess so. You know. I
did that with all my new bikes. I bought a Brockton Cycle Center. I want a YZ250. Rolled all side and I just pushed it on the ground. I went, it's going to happen anyway. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I think we've all done it once or twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, once in a while. When I was racing, I was superstitious, but I don't ride as much anymore. And even with racing, though, all that superstitious stuff kind of went to the side with me. So no, this is going right in my head. It's just going to go out and turn some laps.
Hey, Art, Ralph Masiello is a good question. Have you ever done any hockey goalie masks?
I've done a lot of those back in the past. I actually did one NHL team. I did the Tampa Bay Lightnings for a couple guys on that team. But most of the ones I've done were for like AHL and a lot of college guys and stuff like that.
Nice.
Some of those college guys have some pretty wild face masks too.
do.
I know when my kids were going to college, we had stopped by and went to a couple of games that they were working, and it was just like, wow, look at that, guys. There's some detail.
Oh yeah,
there's some
extreme
detail.
Yep.
You can some of the prices those guys, you know, I mean, I should say some of the money they put into the goalie mask are unbelievable. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into them, and you know, it's sort of a unique process when you look at what it, you know, a lot of the stuff on there and what it looks like.
Yep. So, all right, swapping gears a little bit. I know that you've been racing for a long time. When did you start?
1971.
Oh man.
71. I was even a sparkle in my old man's eye at that time.
You must have been like 5.
Nah, actually, I was pretty young, and you had to have your mother's like a signature in a consent form in order to race. And Ward Ring, once I had my mother sign one form, Ward sort of took over, and he signed all my other forms for me and took me to the races. And we got away with it, and it was pretty funny. So I owe a lot of thanks to him.
Nice.
Well, I know. I mean, gosh, I remember you from when I came on board and started racing, and it's like I'm starting with this whole Old Men That Used to Race project. I'm learning more and more about the guys that came before me, and it's amazing to see some of the racing, some of the bikes. I remember there was a picture of a Honda 125. I think you piped up right away and said something like "crap."
I had never met Art until we went to the Riders reunion. He walked up, gave me a huge man hug. Along with JoJo, but he hugs everybody.
JoJo? Yeah, JoJo does hug everybody.
But he did spill his beer on me at Marshfield.
I started racing in the 100 class, and that was the full year that I raced. That was actually in 73. I raced the whole year. And it was against a lot of good guys like Guerra, Robillard. You know, I mean, Ellis was in there once in a while. There was a lot of fast guys in that class.
You guys had some cool tracks, too. I mean, tracks like Lisbon and even Ossipee. I think Ossipee was around back then.
I think we had 13 tracks back then.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was really good. You could, there were so many tracks, and they'd run on Saturdays, and most of the time if they ran on Saturdays, it was usually a money race. Like Ossipee was always money races on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
A Rundle, Maine would run on a Saturday, and then you'd go to Waterboro after that, or you'd go from Ossipee to Waterboro, and then maybe over to Leeds or something like that. So it was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, shifting gears back to Ralph's comment. I read it wrong. I was going through them quickly. Ralph actually asked if the guy ever picked up the goalie mask. So I'm guessing he says something about someone stiffed you some dough.
No, I actually ended up selling it. I put it on the internet and I ended up selling it.
Oh, all right, there you go. So not a total loss then. All right. So was the guy's name Ralph Nessiello? I mean, I know the guy. I can go get some cash out of him. I can squeeze him.
I had to remove a couple names from it and stuff like that, but it was not that bad. Funniest thing is I still got another one here that he never picked up, and that's probably 8 years old.
Jesus.
I don't know what happened to the guy. He just sort of disappeared.
And Ralph wants to know, how'd you fit your afro into your helmet?
I put it on the ground and jump upside down and land in it and stand back up.
Coming from the guy that's got the hair right now that's like this, right?
Yeah,
Has anyone seen Ralph's hair
Ralph's
recently?
hair is crazy, right? But then again, there's a lot of people out there with crazy hair with this whole virus thing.
Why do you think I'm wearing the crazy hat?
Yeah.
And they've been making fun of my hat tonight already. They call me the village people and everything else. Oh yeah, Gary's dying. I haven't put those comments up yet. They forgot I controlled the show.
So we haven't. I mean,
I'll tell
it's crazy.
you, Ralph's a phenomenal artist. Don't let
He
anybody
is.
fool you. That guy has got some talent.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He some of the illustrations he's done in the books are incredible. I probably have, no word of a lie, 20, 25 books that he signed for my daughter. Both my kids back when they were kids, and they're still on the shelf. And it's cool.
He was supposed to be on a trip on an
Yes,
invitation
he was.
right now,
He
and it got
was.
all shut down because of everything going on.
You know what I love, and Ralph hates it, but I love his Icky Bugman books. He's still Bugman to me, and he hates that
He's
name.
Bugman, yeah.
But what's funny though is I take my kids to the bookstore even now, and they pick his books out, and every time I do, I take pictures, like tag Ralph. I'm like, check it out, my kids still love your books.
Still love your books.
Yeah.
So back to riding. I know we hadn't ridden together in years. I took a long time off, and it was a couple years ago when you met up with me at Jolly, when they had that Alta demo day up there. I say Jolly because it's still Jolly to me, but New Hampshire MX. And you were riding a KTM 150. That was all. You didn't really have too much done to that bike, I don't think. You just got on it and just rode the wheels off it.
It was just so much fun riding one of those things. It's like you don't even have to think of what you're doing. It's just a matter of keeping your momentum going and going forward. It's just a lot of times I end up laughing to myself when I'm riding the thing.
You got that grin under your helmet, and you're just like, this is just so much fun.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember, I got back and I got that 4-stroke, and I do love it. I do love the 350 4-stroke, but there's nothing like the sound of a 2-stroke. You were right behind me for the longest time, just pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to make me go faster. And it was just that buzzing of that 125 behind me was just incredible. It was awesome. 150. I say 125, 150.
Yeah. I enjoy the smaller bikes. I think I'm getting too old to ride a big bike. I think I'll kill myself, so I stay off them. I leave those to Jack and Digger. They have big horsepower.
So you don't want to take my 500 for a ride? Come on, Artie. I'll take it for a spin. Come on.
Well, that was Richie Sampson's bike.
It was, yes.
I rode one of those back in those days too. Those were the bikes to ride.
Yeah.
Did
I see pictures of you on a Mako?
Nope, it was a Bultaco, Husky, and a KTM.
Yep, the KTM. I think I saw the pictures of you on the KTM.
420 KTM.
Yeah, but those bikes were just beasts as it was. I mean, when they went to the 495, Dirt Bike did that article that it was the fastest production motorcycle ever.
I think Jack had one and he couldn't start it. He used to have other people start it for him.
I do remember seeing pictures of Jack riding one.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw pictures from the mid-'70s, I think it was mid to late 70s, and Jack and Nema, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought Jack was born riding a 500. I don't think I ever remembered him riding anything but an open bike way back in the pictures and stuff. And then
Casey,
then he
500,
came back
500
to
no
ride-
balls.
then he came back and he was riding 250s in the expert
I'm not
class
gonna lie,
with me.
the bike scares the death out of me. But you know what? I honestly think it keeps me safer because I'm so scared of the damn thing.
Well, the only thing with the 500 is you get a little bit of whiskey throttle and it'll kill you.
Yes, in an instant.
Like the thing, it's easy to make them go fast. It's hard to stop them.
Yeah, it actually, yes. Yep.
And the other thing with those big motor bikes is it ain't so easy to make them corner.
No, although the aluminum frame is a little easier than the steelies, so
Yeah, but
they're a little less weight.
It's not like the smaller bikes. Even the 252 strokes, you can just come in and get back on the throttle before you even enter the corner and just keep it pinned the whole way through and let the motor pull and sing. But you can't do that on a big bore.
You know, there was one guy, though, that could ride those things, and he never looked like he was going fast, and he was just ultimate smooth, was Clements.
Yes.
That guy would ride a 500 or a 400, and he'd go through the corner, inside the line, nice and smooth, and never out of control.
No, even now when he rides, he's still he rides with the same smoothness, the same, every time I've watched Dave ride, he always in control.
Yeah.
And he still gets hole shots all the time.
Still the best sounding bikes, though, as we experienced last year. You start up
yeah.
a 500, it's like showing up at the prom of the porn star.
Well, me starting that 500 though, as long as I had a crate next to me, I could start your bike. But
The
when I
best
had
one was
to-
Jake trying to start it at the fair.
Oh.
He was so upset.
Jake Morrison tried to start Dave's 500 at the Marshfield Fair, just in front of the stands as a dare.
With a huge audience, with 500 people watching.
Yeah, and he got two or
It's
three
broken.
kicks in, and he's like, "I can't do it, it's broken." And Dave walks up with sneakers on, and one kick lights it off.
Well, the whole thing was, back then, though, a lot of the European 500s, when they first came out and all those bikes, all the Kickstarters were on the shifter side, so you had to get off the bike to start it.
You did.
Yep, that's right.
And you had to learn to kick with your foot and remove your foot, or else it would just whack you in the back of the leg.
Oh man, broken feet just from trying to kick those things over. The kickback on those 500s and the open bikes were just insane.
Yep, that's for sure.
I rode at one point back around 2000 when I come back. I was on Yamaha, but I borrowed a Husky, one of those 610s from Armin's, and I took it down to Middleborough. He gave it to me to ride for a couple of days. Same thing. Kickstarter was on the opposite side. It was on the off side. I had to, where I was practicing, it was under the power lines. I had to stand on one of the concrete pylons, get above the bike, and just get a kick in with my foot so I could start the stupid thing. It was insane.
So one thing you can't do with the 500, you can't bump start that bike for the life of you. So you stall that, you're done.
You gotta have a big hill.
You do, a big hill, yes. Yeah. At the 500 shoot, I stalled it down on one of the hills and I tried. I'm like, I had it like third. I'm like, it wasn't enough.
Some of the European bikes used to have compression releases on them.
Yes, well, you can do that now. They actually make the valve. You can actually pull out the top of the cylinder head. So
Yeah.
there's a guy that makes them in Indiana. So they're like $400.
Yeah. I remember Vi Ingraham with some of the old Makos that he was riding in the 82, 83 era.
Yeah.
Had compression releases on those big 490s.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. I appreciate you coming on and talking to us a little bit about the helmet.
Most definitely.
No problem.
And definitely some cool stories from
Definitely.
back racing. So what do you think your favorite track?
If I could ride one track again,
Yep.
Cutbull.
Oh, yeah.
Never get to ride there.
I went there once and saw it, and that was probably my biggest downfall.
That was a track that if you had a 500 and you could ride that track, you would use all the horsepower of a 500 going down that front straightaway. If
Yep.
you could hold on to it.
And it didn't have a whole lot of, it wasn't steep hills. It had a little bit of elevation, but it wasn't a big hilly track, though, right? It was just, they had the ski jump out back.
Wait a minute, hold on. Ralph Massiello's got an important question. He's asked it like 3 times. He said to ask you about the food you make at the tracks. Are you an impressive chef at the track, Art?
I can hold my own. I can do quite a few different things and stuff like that.
Yeah?
This way, they won't run away from the table. They'll definitely be back. And we sort of have a couple moto martinis that we bring with us.
Nice. Okay. All right. So once all this whole pandemic is over, let's plan an event. Let's set up a couple grills and have a good time.
There you go.
Sounds good to me.
Art will have the Moto Martinis. We'll get Vic to bring the gas can punch.
I I tried that stuff. That stuff's unbelievable.
Well, did you see the pictures of Jack the next
Oh my
morning after
God.
he was drinking that?
Who did that? Was that Tread with the photos of Jack? I think it was, right?
Somebody had photos of Jack just passed out.
Well, Vic's got some photos of Jack, too.
I think Digger had the pictures of Jack.
Yep.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No.
But yeah, Vic is it's potent. It's potent. He says Jeannie makes it, and it's just absolutely dangerous.
It reminds me of like the Mackenzies. They used to, you probably know the Mackenzies. They're a big NEMA family, and they raced NEMX for quite a few years. And they would show up at this racetrack. I know Ralph remembers, and they would bring like 4 or 5 half gallons of the forbidden chocolate Friendly's ice cream, and they would make mudslides. And everyone loved them, and like Lee Carrera was also guilty. Next thing you know, an hour later, people are like stumbling around the pits and slurring their words. And this was before the race. So,
I couldn't race. I mean, even back, the guys that were drinking, they have to show up the track hungover to do good.
Yes. My brother was one of those. He would stop drinking like 4 in the morning, and he was legally drunk on the gate.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So.
Well, Art, yeah, definitely appreciate you coming on.
All right, no problem. It's good talking to you guys, and
You too.
We appreciate it.
we'll have to work on that thing I was talking about. Maybe
Yes.
Phil David with it. We can get that going in about a week or so.
Yeah, that'd
Most
be
definitely.
great.
Yep.
That'd be great. We'll get it going. We'll push it out and get all the details sorted out.
Yep.
So you guys keep an eye open for an announcement coming in the next couple of weeks regarding
Vic's
Art
on.
and,
Vic's says killer gas can't punch, but he's on the wrong page. He's on Old Men News. There's a lot of people on Old Men tonight. You guys, you're on the wrong page. We can't see those comments and pull them on. Northeast MX, comment there.
we were just talking about that when I was with Art earlier.
Yeah, so. People are following directions. Why do they not follow instructions?
We're old.
Yeah.
What can we say?
I know.
All right, bud. I appreciate it. Thank you for
All right,
coming
Art.
on.
Thanks, bud.
All right, guys.
Have a
All right,
great night.
Have a good one.
Take care.
You too. All right, what a good dude. Another living legend right in our backyard.
Absolutely.